Hi, my name is Brianna, and today I want to talk to you about how I became a mermaid and also just introduce myself because I've never introduced myself on here before. So, my mermaid name is Mermaid Coralina, but my real name is Brianna. Just a little bit about myself. I live in New Jersey. I've lived in New Jersey my whole life. I went to school to be a math teacher. So I actually teach middle school math in New Jersey. That's my full-time job, and I don't ever plan on leaving teaching. I plan on doing it, until I retire. I do have a side business though, which is a swim lesson business, and the mermaiding goes along with my swim lesson business. So basically, my husband and I met when we were 10 and 11 years old on the Ocean County YMCA swim team. That's the team that we grew up swimming on our whole life. And we were just kind of acquaintances then. But we started coaching and we started teaching swim lessons together at the Y when we were like 18, 19 years old. And from there, we started dating and then we got married. So we have a lot in common. We're both math teachers and we're both competitive swimmers. And we're both swim instructors. So we run a swim lesson business together called Seashore Aquatics LLC. We've been running the swim lesson business together for 3 years. We're both certified water safety instructors through Red Cross. And we go to people's backyard pools throughout Atlantic County and we teach kids how to swim. We also teach adults how to swim. We teach infants how to swim. We teach baby lessons, everything you could ever imagine. We teach. So this summer, I was thinking about becoming a mermaid. I have a friend that is a mermaid, and she kind of inspired me to be a mermaid. Her name is Riley. Shout out to Riley. I was thinking about it, and I was like, you know what? I feel like I could do this because I didn't know much about the mermaid industry yet. Like, I knew a little bit, but not much. But I knew that I could swim in a mermaid tail, and I was pretty sure I could do it pretty easily because I was a competitive swimmer my whole life. Swimming in a mermaid tail is actually not easy, and it's not something that everybody can really do because it involves dolphin kicking with some people, which some people really struggle with. But I was a distance freestyler, and I was also a butterflyer. So for me, dolphin kicking is just, it comes natural. I can hold my breath for a really long time. So I knew that that would come pretty easy to me. It was just kind of willing to buy a tail, spend the money on it, and go all in. I wanted to add mermaid birthday parties to our swim lesson business and like meet and greets and experiences like that because we live in a really touristy area. We live about 15, 20 minutes from the beach in like a really big tourist spot. Probably one of the biggest tourist spots definitely in New Jersey and in the tri-state area for sure. So I was like, this could be a pretty good business move, becoming a mermaid. And I knew some people would think it's like a little bit crazy. Like, wow, that's interesting. But I've loved mermaids my whole life. I think mermaids are just absolutely beautiful, and who doesn't like mermaids? So I had a cruise booked for August. And I said to myself, you know what? I should really buy a mermaid tail before we go on this cruise, because if I buy a mermaid tail before we go on the cruise, I could bring the mermaid tail on the cruise and I could swim in St. Thomas and St. Martin with my mermaid tail with the fish and the coral in the background, because in New Jersey, I could swim in the ocean, but it's not that cool. So I knew that if I was gonna get this mermaid tail, I had to jump on it because I wanted the mermaid tail for vacation. So basically I went to Finfolk's website. I did some research on different mermaid tail brands and I found a few. Mertailor was one of them I was considering, FinFun and Finfolk, and I looked at every tail brand you could ever imagine. I looked at reviews on YouTube and I found Vero Beach Mermaid, and she really inspired me to get a Finfolk tail because they're just so beautiful and I love the way that they're constructed. They look so real. So I went to Finfolk's website and realized that I missed the summer release by about 2 weeks. And I wasn't gonna be able to get a Finfolk tail because when they do their releases, the tails sell out really, really quick and then it's done. The sale only happens for a couple days and then you gotta wait till the next release. So I went on eBay and I found the most perfect mermaid tail. My favorite mermaid colors are like teal and blue and purple. Like when I think of a mermaid, those are the colors I think of. And I found a mermaid tail in those exact colors. It's called the Aqua Fairy. It was released a few years ago, but the tail was never used and it was never like even opened. Like it was in the original box, tag still on it, brand new in my size, which is very hard to find mermaid tails in my size because I'm very small. So I was like, oh, should I buy this? Should I not buy this? Mermaid tails are expensive. It's a big investment. But I just decided on a whim, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. I can do this, I can be a mermaid. I think it's gonna be a really great business move for my husband and I with our swim lesson business to add on the mermaid experiences. So I did it. The tail came a few days before I left for the cruise. I brought it with me on the cruise. I bought a cheap top from Amazon and some like accessories. And I swam in my mermaid tail in St. Thomas and was like, shalom, and like waving to people like tourists in St. Thomas, and they loved it. And I met little kids, and some of the little kids thought I was real. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is like so magical. This is just so cool. So I came home and I did some planning with my husband for what we should do with this. So we did start doing some mermaid experiences, birthday parties and things like that. We've done a few. We have another one coming up very soon. The winter months will be slower for us because I am also a swim coach at a high school. So I'm very, very busy in the winter months because I teach during the day and then I go right to coaching and I coach, and it is busy. But the summer is where most of my mermaiding will happen, and that's where you'll be seeing like a lot of like videos and stuff and me swimming in my tail, things like that. But over the winter, I would like to make some more content just about what the mermaid industry is like, how much it costs to become a mermaid. I'll probably do a mermaid collection video. I am getting a second mermaid tail, so I'm gonna do an unboxing probably within the next few weeks. When that tail comes, I'll do an unboxing of that mermaid tail. Yeah, so I'm going to be making some content over the winter months, even though I won't be mermaiding quite as much. So if you would like to see those videos, please subscribe and follow along my mermaid journey. It would mean a lot to me. I'm South Jersey Mermaid on here. I am also South Jersey Mermaid on Instagram if you would like to follow me on Instagram. And then my swim lesson business with my husband, we are Seashore Aquatics LLC, and we are on Instagram and we are also on Facebook. So if you would like to follow if you would like to follow us on any of those platforms, we'd really, really appreciate it. Yeah, that's about it. So stay tuned, subscribe, drop some comments down below about what videos you'd like to see next. And I hope you follow along and join my journey with me and see what it's like. All right, have a great day. Bye.